This is the chief season for marketing. Toys and television and music. Folks are marketing to save the bottom line and to promise us unutterable delights on Christmas morning. In the season of marketing, let's imagine just for a bit that our lessons this morning are the basis for the hottest titles at Barnes & Noble and Amazon.com. Let's suppose that Paul's letter to the Philippians and Luke's tale of John the Baptist are selections in the self-help section. Let's say they are titled The Joy of Gentle Living by Paul of Tarsus and Winning Friends and Influencing People according to John the Baptist. Which book, I wonder, would you purchase with the gift card you receive? Or which one would you wrap and place under the tree to give to your loved ones? This morning's reading from Paul's letter to Philippi really does sound like it could be something that comes from a mega church television evangelism empire atmosphere. I can just imagine some multimedia religion empire builder offering a copy of the book free of charge with every $30 donation to the ministry. With your donation, you'll learn the 3 easy steps of joyful living. Step 1, be gentle. Step 2, don't worry about anything. Step 3, take all your cares to God. In short, just do all that stuff you know you're supposed to do, and peace will come your way. You know the book I'm talking about. You probably have one of these on your shelf, like I do. In fact, I can remember the first self-help book I ever purchased, Wayne Dwyer, 1978. I can't believe that he's still alive and kicking, but he is. But you probably have one of these books on your shelf. Something like Everything I Needed to Know Everything I Needed to Know About Life, I learned in kindergarten in Philippi. Everything I Needed to Know, I learned from my cat in Philippi. One of those titles, it's one of those, you know what they are, and it's going to be a big seller. And then come the t-shirts. The Don't Worry, Be Happy in Philippi t-shirts with peace signs and smiley faces. And then the calendars will be next. And then bumper stickers. And then a 1-800 phone-in line. Then crystals from the region of Philippi. A companion CD, music for rejoicing, and then a page-a-day book of meditations for those who rejoice too much. About this time, there's a licensing agreement that's been approved for distinctive little joyful angel lapel pins. And then the book will top the New York Times paperback bestseller list. But there is something that those marketing people missed. It's verse 6. Verse 6. When they were marketing all that be happy, joyful stuff, they missed verse 6. The Lord is near. Now, we can read this spatially. Like the Lord is near, relax, be happy. Jesus is close by. Jesus will hear your moans. Jesus will give you that little extra tip for your portfolio. Jesus will be close by to hear you when the kids or your bursitis are getting fits. You could read it that way. But when Paul writes, the Lord is near, if we look to the earlier parts of the letter, I think we'll hear that he's talking about something different, something temporal, a temporal nearness, like the bumper sticker, Jesus is coming, look busy. The return of the Lord is near. Jesus is coming soon. And that puts a different spin on things. Now, Paul is not asking or calling for despondency and doom at the prospect of the Lord's return to end time and space and life as we know it. Rather, Paul is saying that we are to rejoice at the prospect of the Lord's reappearance. Now stop and think about this literally. I don't think I've ever asked you to consider scripture literally before, but think about it literally for just a moment. How many of us this morning would rejoice at the prospect of an imminent end to everything as we know it, to the conclusion of linear time and history? Do we even have the imagination to conjure it up? Would the nearness of Jesus in time and space produce frenzy or peace? Could we get the book to the top of the bestseller list? Franchisers of the Left Behind series managed it because fear works. Oh, if we know anything in this decade, we know that fear works. Does joy work the same way? Expectation. In his book, Geography of Bliss, One Grump's Search for the Happiest Places, the author, who is an NPR commentator, Eric Weiner, visits Bhutan there at the edge of the Himalayas. Bhutan, of course, is famous not for their GDP, their gross domestic product, but their GNH, their gross national happiness. The former king of Bhutan wanted to open up his country to foreign influence, and he sought to base the economy on Bhutan's very peculiar